Hello, my name is JJ Messervy and I serve as the Dorchester County Auditor, and I'm here today with Miss Susan Hurley, who serves as the Dorchester County Assessor. What we're going to be discussing today is a unique exemption here in South Carolina called an ATI exemption, or Accessible Transfer of Interest exemption. Susan, what is this 25% ATI exemption or Accessible Transfer of Interest exemption?
It's an exemption for 6% parcels. The parcel had to have been at 6% when the ATI occurred. When you purchase the property, it had to have been at 6%. Right off the bat, you won't qualify for it.
So a 6% is a non-owner occupied or commercial piece of property.
Correct. It can be either commercial, such as freestanding retail, or it could possibly be a house that you're purchasing for rental purposes, and it was rented also. So It would be at 6%. What
properties are eligible for this exemption?
They had to have undergone a transfer in ownership, an ATI, what we call an ATI, an Assessable Transfer of Interest. They don't qualify for the year in which that ATI occurs, that transfer occurs. It's the following year that they need to apply for this exemption.
So the reason they don't need to apply the year in which they purchased the property is because their value is based on the December 31st value of the previous year, which is the seller's value.
You're correct.
Okay.
You are correct.
Okay, so what do I need to apply for this exemption?
We need the paperwork.
Okay.
Make sure that it's filled out in our office prior to January 31st. That's it.
And it's a very simple form. You can pick up the form either in the office in Somerville or St. George, the assessor's office. We'll also put the website down below where you can get the form, and it is a very, very simple form. Do I have to reapply each year for this exemption?
No, you don't.
You know, when we talk about examples of this exemption, I'm, for instance, the seller of the property, and I was being taxed on $100,000 a year, and I sell it to you for $200,000 a year. How does this exemption factor in?
I fill out my paperwork, okay? I turn it in a timely manner, and the appraisers will sit down and do the calculations. So I purchased it for $200,000. They'd apply the 25% exemption, which would be $50,000, and the exemption value would be $150,000. So your taxes will be based on the $150,000 rather than the $200,000 that you paid for.
And why this is a big deal is that would reduce my taxes, or your taxes, by 25%.
Correct.
If you have any questions about the ATI exemption, we're going to go ahead and put the number down below.